When I was a student, which wasn't too long ago, I remember feeling quite lost just before the exams. Until the day of the exam, I had everything sorted with my studies. I had study plans and timetables. I had stuff to revise, grand tests to attempt, facts to cram in, and worry breaks to panic in. But a few weeks before the exam, I remember feeling terrified because the idea of our entire future hanging on a 3-hour exam is enough to make your brain freeze, isn't it? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But the good news is you're not the only one going through this feeling. All of us have felt it. And even right now, there are many students feeling just as lost, scared, and hopeless as you. Which is why I have put together a 2-part video that I hope will put you in a good mind space before your exam. This first video is about what you should be mindful of in the weeks leading up to the exam, while part 2 will be more about what you should be doing on the day of the exam. It will come out a week before the exam, so if you don't want to miss it, be sure to subscribe and click on the bell icon to be notified. Now, you already might be knowing a lot of the stuff that I'm going to talk about, but it is always reassuring to go through a checklist to make sure you don't miss out on important things. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Abbas Ali, a full-time orthopedic surgeon and a faculty of orthopedics. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe because I make content for students to help navigate their lives. So first, let me start by congratulating you. Me? Yes, you. In this day of digital distractions, you have successfully managed to stay focused on your goal for so many months. You have managed to keep social media and so many other distractions in check, and that certainly deserves a pat on the back. So just take a brief moment and be proud of what you have done so far. But the upcoming exam is the last hurdle you need to jump across, and I'm honestly very confident you will easily do it. But the one thing that I want you to realize is that whatever may be the outcome of this exam, the knowledge you have acquired and the discipline you have learned all these months is going to come very handy all your life. Now let's talk about what we need to do in the weeks leading up to the exam. Wouldn't it be great to know what your rank would be even before you go for the exam? Or to know how your friends have prepared so that you can feel more confident about yourself? Well, wishful thinking aside, there is no way to test how much knowledge someone has retained in their brain. And that's why there is no point in comparing yourself to others and stressing about it. There are many types of people. Some of your friends who have not been preparing well still come across as very confident. Others who probably are in their 10th revision might be having a panic attack right about now. Everyone responds differently and it does not matter. All that matters is that how you have followed your study plan and done most of what you wanted to do. Yes, I say most of it because in reality, no one ever feels 100% ready. Even if you have 10 years to prepare, you will still feel you need one more revision. So it's very important to realize that you will never feel ready. So what is the best thing to do now? Staying calm right now is as important as revisions before the exam, because worrying takes up a lot of your mental energy and drains you emotionally. Anxiety will play out disastrous scenarios in your mind which will never come true, but it will make you doubt yourself and eat away your precious confidence. It's so easy to say that. I get anxious all the time. What can I do about it? Let's use it for our benefit, because limited amounts of anxiety can actually make you more focused and keep you motivated. I talked about this in one of my previous videos. You can watch it over here. So when I say stay calm, I don't mean become 100% worry-free monk with no anxiety, because that is not possible. I just mean to say keep your anxiety to minimum level so that it becomes your friend and not your enemy. But how? You can use the tips I gave in my previous videos to relax, or find a good relaxation exercise to practice. If you want to know more, you can watch the video here. Okay, I get it. I guess some of my anxiety comes from not knowing what to study. So can you tell me what to study now? Sure. I feel just doing what you've been doing so far is more than enough. Changing anything at this time can cause more stress. Just keep revising your notes and practicing MCQs. Maintain a good balance of both. Keep revising high-yield factual and volatile points as much as possible. Also do the previous year questions. And don't forget the questions and points you have bookmarked for review. This is the time you review them. You can't come back to it later. Practice MCQs, particularly of tricky topics or topics which you don't feel like reading again. If you're a person who panics easily, best is to stay away from any new piece of information voluntarily. But if you happen to come across anything new in the form of an MCQ or a random fact, don't sweat it, just gladly take it verbatim without thinking too much about it. Don't go all Sherlock Holmes on it and start digging deeper. This is what I used to say to myself whenever I would come across a new fact. आया तो नहीं है ना एग्जाम में, जब आएगा तब देख लेंगे. This is probably the most ignored yet very crucial factor when it comes to performance on exams. We somehow think we are superhumans who can work endlessly without resting or recharging. But that's not the case. It's not true. Even the most intelligent brain needs to sleep. In fact, sleeping is when consolidation of memory happens. So if you sleep better, you can actually remember longer. The worst thing is to spend all night cramming before the exam, go to the exam tired and not perform your best. All because you did not sleep well. Again, even the best phones do not work well in battery saving mode. And this last minute cramming business does not work well because this is not an exam where you can just mug up facts and regurgitate later. You have to correlate and assimilate information, and for that you need a well-rested, fully functional brain. But dude, I'm unable to sleep. How can you help? Exercise. Yes, it's worth every minute to spend at least 20 minutes on a short workout every day to get your blood pumping. It not only energizes you, it also helps you focus and sleep better. Because physical exercise makes your body feel exhausted, which will seek rest. But also avoid exercising late in the evening or you might find it hard to fall asleep. Another thing is to avoid any kind of caffeine after 6 p.m. and most importantly, avoid screens an hour before you sleep. If you use a mobile or tablet to study, switch to books or papers an hour before. Now, you cannot fix your sleep schedule in a day, so start working on this immediately. You have hardly a few weeks left. And if you need more help falling asleep, I will leave a few links down in the description below that you can check out. Also, if you are unable to sleep because of, say, anxiety, that's a totally different problem. And for that, I strongly wanted to tell you this. Do not self-medicate. If you're wondering who is crazy enough to do this, let me tell you there are enough MBBS doctors out there who feel they're already super specialists. No, I am not. Yes, you are. Although you feel that you have read about the drugs, just remember you're not professionals. You don't know what you're doing. The safest and the most effective thing to do is to seek professional help. There is no shame in consulting a psychiatrist. Not a general physician or any doctor or your senior. Consult a proper psychiatrist. Everybody is different and they respond differently to the same medications. And only the professionals can guide you. I see many students self-medicate to control anxiety or to enhance their performance, and they end up getting undesirable results. So please don't do anything stupid that hampers your performance just before the exams. You will regret it later. So if you suffer from any kind of anxiety, please seek help. Who you spend time with in the days leading up to the exam can actually make or break your exam. This is especially true if you are the type who is easily influenced by other people. There are many kinds of people. Some are worriers and they will rub their anxiety on you. Best is to redirect these people to others who can help them, like other friends who are not taking the exam or your teachers or mentors. This might seem like a harsh advice, but it will save you a lot of mental stress. On the other hand, some people are simply toxic. People who will take pleasure in pulling you down. You know who they are, just avoid them. Surround yourself with positive and supportive people. Sometimes you feel the need to vent your worries to someone. And if you want to do that, make sure you select the right person, because the wrong person might only make you feel worse. If you feel you have no one, consult a psychologist, or just drop me an Instagram message titled, "You don't need to read this, sir," and vent yourself out. And by well, I do not mean eat a lot of food. Oh. We always underestimate the importance of food. Maybe because we are doctors, years of eating at crazy odd times makes us feel confident that our body can handle anything on an empty stomach. Well, I'm sure it can, but why put your body through that kind of stress during an exam? I know many students who do not eat before the exam as they're too nervous. If you're running low on energy reserve, you just cannot reach optimum performance levels. The other extreme of students are people who stress eat too much and they feel bloated and lazy all the time. Some also order takeaways and get food poisoning. So what I'm trying to say is adapt good food habits, eat healthy, preferably home cooked food, and certainly keep yourself well hydrated. Alright, can you just wrap it up? It's been such a long video already. Sure, I can do that. Number one, you will never feel completely ready, but trust me, you are. Number two, the best thing to do now is to revise all factual and volatile information that you have been preparing for so long. Do the last year questions, and most importantly, please stay calm. Number three, a good night's sleep is what will either make or break your exam, so quickly fix your sleep cycle. Number four, don't self-medicate. Don't be stupid. Seek help if you need it. Eat well, avoid all negative interactions and triggers, and surround yourself with positive people who will fill you up with positive vibes. And lastly, keep moving forwards. I hope part 1 was helpful, and if it was, don't forget to click the thumbs up button and share this video with at least one of your friends. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. Do leave a comment below. I love hearing from you. I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.